All right, y'all. So this is kind of a sensitive topic for me to talk about, bro, because I never really been open about something like this. But I know a lot of men are struggling with this particular thing, bro. You know, not just semen retention, but struggling with lust, struggling with corn addiction, just struggling with these desires, bro. So the way semen retention started for me was it started out of shame, bro. I was a casual corn user, you know what I mean? Like I would casually be going on these websites and just watching, watching it as if it was like a sitcom, like a soap opera or something, like it was a movie, like for entertainment. And I'm like, yo, am I that desensitized that I'm now watching this for entertainment? Like, this is kind of crazy to me. And I felt a lot of shame for that, bro. I felt a lot of shame. I felt a lot of just like, bro, what are you doing? This is not normal. Like, no matter how much society tells you it's healthy to release and it's healthy to watch the corn, like, it's not, bro. It's not, bro. Because what I learned spiritually is that these websites, these corn websites, they are attached to low vibrational forces, bro. Low vibrational energy, bro. And when you access these websites, you open yourself to everything that comes with that. You know what I mean? Like, you're energetically connecting with these people, bro. You don't know what these people, these actors and actresses, you don't know what they have gone through in their life. A lot of these people have a lot of mental illnesses and mental disturbances. They suffer from a lot of self-love issues. They suffer from a lot of mother and father wounds, bro. And interacting with these websites, you're unconsciously absorbing some of that stuff, especially if you're releasing to it, bro. Like, you are absorbing some of that energetic debris that they're giving off. And when I learned this, I was like, man, I have to rewire my brain and get off of this ASAP, because not only is it depleting my energy, I'm also giving away my energy to these people. I'm giving these people free energy, bro. This is the power. Your seed, bro, is the power to create life. And we're just willingly and freely just giving it to people that we don't even know, giving it to these websites that we don't even know. And it's sad. And I was one of those people that was on there, bro. And I look back at it now and I'm just like, that's kind of crazy that I was engaging in that type of stuff. And even the rise of these pay to play websites like OnlyFans and this type of stuff, bro, it's just made corn more accessible. It's made it more niche. It allows people to become more addicted to it. So I would say, like, for me, countless times I would just go back and forth. Just I would go for like 3 weeks, fail. Go for 2 weeks, fail. Go for 2 months, fail. Over, it was always a trap, bro. It was either the desire to release and say, whatever, bro, it's late night, let me just go on there and watch something. Or I would be in a relationship or something, and one thing lead to another, and you already know what happens. You feel me? Side note, if you're trying to do semen retention and you have a girlfriend, like, it's going to be very difficult, because when you start retaining your seed, you're going to start glowing, and your woman is going to sense that energy, and she's going to want you even more, bro. So it makes it that much harder. It makes it that much more difficult to accomplish semen retention, bro. My journey started with shame, bro. Like, I was ashamed of the things that I was watching two people on camera pleasuring each other, bro. Like, that's crazy to me. You know, when you think about it, that's crazy, but we all do it in the dark. Nobody knows, like, you can't tell who watches it, bro, but everybody does it. That's the crazy thing. Like, you can't tell who watches the corn, bro. And with social media nowadays, Instagram and these platforms, like, it's just constant thirst traps over and over and over. Bro, you scroll on your phone, it's another big booty. Another thirst trap. Oh, I'm just going to the gym. Like, bro, stop it. Gym fit of the day. Like, bro, stop. No. We all know what you're trying to do on here. But it's not the women's fault. And let me just be clear on that, bro. Like, it's not the women's fault that men are falling into the trap of lust, bro. It's our fault, because we as men have to control ourselves. We have to have the discipline in order to master anything that we want to do in life. And it's crazy, bro. Like, as a man, life is gonna be difficult, but the purpose of being a man is to be the one to take on the challenges, to be like, yeah, I want the challenge, give it to me. I'm gonna conquer this. You feel me? As a man, you have to have that mindset, you know, even as a woman too. Like, you have to have the mindset, like, you can conquer anything, right? And the best way for me, what I did is I was just doing a ton of research on how to conquer lust, how to master semen retention. I would try everything, bro, and none of this shit worked. None of this shit worked, bro. I would just try technique after technique. And every time I would count the days, bro, like, it just made it that much more difficult. I never want to blame anything outside of myself for something that I should take responsibility for, right? It's my body. It's my decisions. I have to take responsibility for that. After a while, bro, like, I just stopped fighting it. I re-downloaded my social medias, Instagram and all that, but I decided to remove content that was provocative. I unfollowed all women, and these are the drastic things that you have to take in consideration, because as men, we're constantly being bombarded with stimulation after stimulation after stimulation, and you wonder why, like, people are so horny. Everything is so sexualized. The music is sexualized. You simply just have to remove yourself, bro. Remove yourself, man, because you have to clean your brain, especially if you've been doing this since you were a teenager. Bro, I was doing that for like 10 years, dude. You know, and you have to declutter 10 years of provocative images, bro. It's kind of insane, bro. The human brain is not meant to be consuming so much provocative images. And the first step, bro, I feel like you just gotta remove everything. Remove the big booty girls that you follow on Instagram. Remove the fitness influencers, bro. Even the men fitness, remove them too, bro. Because the Instagram's gonna recommend women that are in that niche. Just remove all of it. TikTok too, bro. If you could just not get on there, don't get on there. But I know that's impossible. But just remove, limit it, bro. Don't search none of this shit, bro. Because in your mind you say, okay, well, I'm gonna just look at what so and so doing. Like, I'm gonna just look at a few pictures. No, bro. No, bro. You left the door open to invite that energy back in, bro. You already failed. You already failed, bro. You're gonna relapse, and you're gonna be complaining like, damn, like, what happened? I can't believe, man, I've been trying to do this journey for so long. Like, nah, bro. You have to put certain things in place in order to stop that behavior. because your brain is already wired deeply to crave these things, bro, to crave that instant gratification. You have to discipline your mind at this point, bro. And that takes either going full turkey or limiting, just removing stuff, bro. Removing certain things from your social media algorithm. I got to a point where I was no longer stimulated by external things, bro. I was no longer stimulated by pictures and women across the street. Like, I didn't care about that anymore. And the reason being is because I found my purpose. I found what I wanted to do in life. I started pursuing something that was bigger than myself. And I feel like that was the changing point, the turning point, in where now I have control over my sexual energy. I can pour all my sexual energy into my purpose, into what I wanted to contribute to life, to what I want to contribute to the planet, bro. And that was doing art, that was creating, right? When I discovered this, I'm like, yo, I love doing this. This is something that I could do for free. This is something I could do for hours. This is something that makes me happy. Like, I literally feel energized after creating. And I'm like, this is my purpose, bro. I'm gonna pour all my energy into this, because a thing about semen retention is when you're doing semen retention, you're gonna have a lot of energy, bro. You're gonna have a lot of energy, a lot of built up frustration. You need to be working out and creating, bro, because you're gonna have a ton of energy. You can't just be working out, bro, because once you're done with the workout, then what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You need to pursue something that is higher than yourself, that is higher than the physical. You need to pursue something that is beyond yourself. And working out is not going to cut it on semen retention, because the semen is a creative force. So you have to put that energy into something creative. It could be YouTube videos. It could be just, creating whatever, bro. Just try something. Try something, bro. Like creating music, playing the guitar, learning an instrument, learning a language, whatever, bro. Just try something, dog. It doesn't matter how weird it is. Just try something, bro. There's an audience for everything. I promise you, bro. If there's an audience for people that like to see people doing sock puppet animations, then there's an audience for whatever you trying to do, bro. I promise you. So for me, bro, like, it's just tapping into my purpose, pouring that energy into what I want to do. And once you have that vision, you can now control when you decide to release, right? If it's worth it, you can control when it's worth it to release. You can control when you want to engage sexually with somebody. Like, you now have the control, and that is true freedom, bro. That is freedom from lust, is being able to control when you can act on that lust, because there's nothing wrong with it. It's the primal force to creation. Like, we wouldn't be here today if wasn't for our parents doing what they did, right? This is a natural thing that occurs in nature, but there's a season for everything. You don't see animals over here just getting it on every single day. There's a season, there's a cycle to everything, bro. Same with men. There's a cycle for us, but society has created this illusion that you need to have a ton of women, you need to do this, you need to be smashing every day. Like, no, bro. Channel that energy into something that is creative, something that feeds your soul. Feel me? This was kind of hard for me to talk about, but hey, man, I hope this helps.